And good morning, Conformity. It's fucking 4:20 in Sabbath, so this is a very holy roster, motherfucking 4:20. And as you can see, my little trick ball is still quite well. And speaking as a medical marijuana caregiver, as well as somewhat of a traditional and alternative lifestyles and medicines, of course, I should probably even bring my book out for this one. But yes, it's a very, 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 so to speak, holy day. And I'm not the religious guy. I'm more about the tradition and faith of it, and the meanings behind it is, I would recommend Tao teaching, so you don't get stuck in belief alleys or belief traps, effectively. But anyway, the question you ask blinds the answer you get, or more imperatively would be the answer you need. Yeah, see where if I, this is a good example, by the way. Don't make me act stoned when I haven't even started, okay, and played an improv act or. All right. But anyway, so yeah, back to the philosophy of it. How can you know if you can't get the answer you need if you don't know what question you need to ask? So in other words, another way to principletize just the mathematics of this at that point is if you come to me with a hypothesis and you're trying to ask questions to prove your hypothesis, one side of the equation with the current understanding of the scientific method. The other half of that equation is trying to prove your theory wrong too. This is known as counterintelligence in the legal bracket too. So, to some degrees. So anyway, I don't have a damn little phone holder, so I'm kind of trying to juggle everything together. Try to get the 420 bowl going. Like I've said 1,000 times, if some other drug was what I was doing, I would be doing that literally live on YouTube, okay, and suffer the consequences. You understand? This is another thing I've been putting out there, people, to the neighborhoods, to America. This is free speech. Yet everyone just thinks everyone's talking to themselves. Okay. Not the only one people think that's happening with, by the way. Now, before I digress too much from the subject matter, this is why I'm actually going to smoke some weed. Which is another thing you probably don't know about marijuana. It helps cognitive focus and memory. It actually does. Problem is, if you sit there and you're trying to smoke it to get happy or something, like on a recreational use, then yeah, you're just going to remember being happy. I mean, happiness affects your memory already. Happiness, serotonin, dopamine, the chemical sort instead of the electromagnetic sort. I wonder what starts that, by the way. You can't tell I'm pointing at my chest. Now, here's the reason they used to call this the seat of the soul here. Anyway, good morning, Conformity for a reason. Anyway, he's just trim, but he's pretty good for my seizures and get actually a nice buzz from these. So, for no further ado, it's 4:20 on a Sabbath. The last time this happened, I think, was... Sheesh. I'd almost have to look it up, but the last time it was really, really happening was when I was in Europe. So I count my weeks by the Sabbath, and I count seasons. And on my New Year's is October, Halloween, because it's the day I came back from Europe here and got back here to America. Anyway, gotta love English sometimes, right? See how words can be a maze of their own? So what happens with guesswork, with evidence, pure speculation, hypothetically. Or is that speculative hypothetical? Or is that speculatively hypothetical? Sorry to be a little gremlin about that, but yeah. Meanwhile, after I've got everything out here set up proper, and got one little pile of wood, I got my own task list going on. And dealing with basically Toledo's, the usual lineup here in Toledo, especially with, yeah, I swear, YouTube legal assist on that. Wouldn't even need the assist, except for could use the backup on that. But yeah, I know what happens when I'm vouching for a household and all that kind of shit. Especially when they don't have a real fucking... Here, let me write this and they'll put peep to the paper for you. Shit. I think even the leasing agreement I set up with, I'm running out of space here already because I'm fucking still getting videos fucking posted up. And I haven't changed the video size, etc. So I better wrap this up. Shit. But yeah, that's the point. My shit's more... legal Zoom would have been, for free. You can print it off. You go get it notarized. But no, people that don't know, you want to use a little slip of paper. Like, I've been in a situation similar. Yes, to say the least. So, it's like something false pretense, false subleasing, for instance, with that crazy-ass Oriental dude, Nathan, on Mainsville, Douglas. Yeah, not when he's like, no, they have to pull out the drywall anyway. I'm like, well, sometimes I will wake up from post-traumatic stress, especially after someone tried to kill me in a fire, and I got out of there in time. They upstairs, I'm in the safe. As soon as, and the walkway goes up, they stomp their way all the way up like they're trying to spook me out. Oh, I'm sitting in there with a 20-06 with bird shots. In my laptop bag with my documents in it. Do I look stoned? Or is that a real look of holy shit mode? Anyway. Anyway. Guess I'm not completely out of space yet. I'll go ahead and do, like I said, this is just leaf trim with a little bit of bud in it mixed. It's like, not even bud, it's like leftovers. Although, as I recall, most of that's all used as like a sunscreen for the plant anyway, the THC or the CBD. See, I'm going to have to brush up on a few things because science has moved forward even. And since I was working independently, I get to compare notes, which is really cool. Basically, a really cool thing. Someone like me with a medical marijuana